If you're watching this video, today is the 4th of July, and happy 4th of July to all Americans out there. And while we celebrate the 4th of July, I want you to ask yourself a serious question. Or this is a serious question that has been floating around for 5, 10, maybe even 15 to 20 years at this point. But is the American dream dead? Is it dead? And quite sadly, a lot of Americans believe that the American dream is no longer reachable. What was once promised to us, especially men, was that white picket fence, that 3-bedroom house with the wife, with the 2 kids, 3 kids, and a dog. You know, you can work a decent job and be able to live on a decent wage. Nowadays, people are barely getting by. Rent goes up every year. Housing becomes more expensive each and every year. Food costs are rising. The cost of childcare is the same as a mortgage or rent. A lot of people believe the American dream is dead. And I can't say if it's dead or alive. I guess it all depends on perspective. What I do know is the goalpost is constantly moving. One day it's here, one day it's there, one day it comes back a little bit. Another day it moves 20 to 30 feet above your head. So the goalpost is definitely constantly moving, as we can see. See, the generation that benefited more from the American dream is in fact the boomers. The boomers, if this is the last leg of America, if this is the last leg, the boomers drained this country for all that it has. The boomers benefited like no other generation in history, and they're still benefiting. Most of the wealth is owned by the top 20, 25% of people. And what can you guess what age range those top percentage of people, most of them fall in between? The boomer age range. The boomers' children can't even afford housing. The boomers' children can't even keep up with the cost of living. Is the American dream dead? That's a good question. Why do people still constantly come over to this country, fleeing their country, fleeing their homeland, risking their lives a lot of times just to come to this country? If the American dream is dead, why are people still coming? Why are people still coming to find a new way of life? Why are people still believing in what many Americans don't even believe in? Why do they believe in something that America's own citizens don't believe in? Well, I believe American citizens are a bunch of spoiled ass brats. I believe Americans are spoiled. Yes, I understand the cost of living is crazy. Yes, I understand the goalposts continue to be moved. But just like every other generation, even before the boomers, people had to adjust. You have to adjust. That's part of being human. You have to correct. You have to adjust. If the goalpost moves, you got to move with it. And what I've noticed is a lot of Americans just don't want to move with the goalpost. They'd rather sit back and complain about the goalposts continue to be moving, but not do anything about it. And there are immigrants who come over here from war torn countries, from impoverished countries, from, just countries, not so ideal countries, no clean water, no clean drinking water, no proper food, no proper medicine. How do people come from these places and thrive in America? How is that possible? If the American dream is dead, how is that possible? You know what I believe? I believe the American dream is alive and well to those who have enough willpower to take it. It's not going to be given to you. See, a lot of Americans think they deserve the American dream. They think it's supposed to fall right in their lap. They think a lot of Americans think it's just going to be handed to you. See, I don't really like the boomers. I don't really care for the boomers, but one thing I do respect about the boomers is they fought for this shit. They went to war over this shit. The men put their lives on the line for this country, for the American dream. They actually believed in something. And they, in fact, carried out that belief. And they showed what they believed in by making those sacrifices. Americans today are weak. The American men today are weak. Society is weak. The women are weak. Everyone's weak and complaining because you got to do a little bit more work. Because you got to work 5 to 10 more hours. Because you have to pick up an extra job. Because you got to learn a new skill. A lot of people just want to give up. So yeah, your American dream is alive and well to those who are willing to take it. But the American dream is dead to those who it is dead to. Right? And I'm not saying at all that hard work alone is just going to get you there. That's not what I'm saying. Nowadays, you got to work smarter than ever. Now it's about strategy. Now it's about timing. Now it's about consistency. Now it's about efficiency, not just hard work. See, hard work can have you sweating in the sun, sweating dirty and ankles falling apart out there in the sun. That's what hard work can get you. Smart work have you somewhere in the AC making $250,000 doing practically nothing. And I don't mean that all the way in the literal tense, but you get what I'm saying. But I've noticed that, especially many young people, have become anti American. And I get it. Trust me, I get it. I absolutely understand. But what else are you going to do? Be homeless? Starve? Die on the streets? What else are you going to do? Every generation has to learn. And I'm not by no means saying that the previous generation taught us anything or left any kind of blueprint or anything. We stay in a new day and age. A lot of the old ways don't work today. Work hard so you can get this, work hard so you can get that. Man, a lot of that shit don't apply today. Because a lot of people I see driving these foreign cars and staying in these big old homes, they working hard, but they ain't working that hard. But I say all this to say, or to ask you, better yet, you who's watching this video, is the American dream dead to you? Are you not willing to fight for it anymore? Are you not willing to go above and beyond to do what you need to do to get to where you need to be? Is it dead to you? Because it's alive for me. And the more people that think it's dead, the less competition I have. And that's an after pill. Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.